Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in. Just thought I'd make a quick video on how to build a bath stand or bath support or bath case, something to keep your bath in place and strong if anyone is moving around in the bathtub. You don't have any problems with it tipping over, for example, if you decide to have a party in there. Okay, so what we've done first is we built one long piece of wood, 2x2, that goes from one side to the other, and it supports the back of the bath. All right, so it goes from one end, oops, let me get this camera straight, from one end to the other end. Okay, so one piece. We've screwed these in, so I'd say about 5-inch screws will go in. Make sure you use screw plugs into the brick walls, which this is. Okay, so once you've built this first piece, also make sure the angle is flat and straight. You can use one of these tools which you put on. Make sure a bubble in the middle. Okay, once that's all been screwed in, we can then move on to the second part. All right, so it's this part here. What we do is, again, we make sure this angle is also straight. Whoops, apologies. So this area is straight using the angle tool, or the leveling tool. Once you're happy with that, you've built your base. Okay, you take one piece, screw it into the floor. Okay, just to make sure it's nice and strong. You measure it directly up against these pieces of wood, as you can see. Not directly, but enough space for it to hold these, which then support the plastic case that goes on top. Alright, so that's where the wood goes. So you build this first piece along, you then build your two legs. This one you start off with first. Build your base and then measure up how long that piece is. Then you build your second piece, which is the top piece. You take away the depth, these are 2x2, from a whole piece the same size as the bottom, and you cut it, and then you build your second leg doing the same thing. Take away this area here, the top bit of the wood, and cut it. Okay, once you build that piece and you're happy that all the angles are nice and flat, you can have a very small slant going towards the waste pipe to make sure that water trickles from after you finish the bath. Water continues to flow down into the waste pipe. So when you're doing your angles, just make sure it's a very small slant, tiny bit. So then you move on to your second part, which is this. Again, make sure the next area is nice and flat. Same principle. Build the base first, measure up, build your legs, and I've cut out a little piece there so the plastic holders are not sitting on top of the wood, and it just makes sure the wood is nice and flat. Okay, second piece built, you move on to your third piece. Alright guys, the same principle again. This time we've got one piece which sticks to a plasterboard made from a metal frame. So again, we've used screws here, and we used wall plugs as well. Alright, so build your foot or your base first. Then you build your two legs. Remember to take away the difference from the top. Stick on your top, stick on your legs. Do the same thing. Make sure there's gaps for your case holder to not bend the wood. And then the final piece you can put in is a support. Oops. There you got it. Then you've got yourself a nice bathtub, supported. Then you can move on to silicone your bathtub in, all the way around. Then you can start to put your shower screen where this metal bar is. And that's it. If you've got any questions, do feel free to leave a message or give me a shout. Thanks for watching and take care.